Dystonia treatment by neurosurgeons in Turkey. Unpredictable muscle contractions are a very unpleasant neurological disorder. It causes a lot of discomfort for patients and their families. Medications are not very effective, and ultrasound treatment is still not well tested. One of the most effective methods for combating dystonia is deep brain stimulation. Today, we will talk about a special neurosystem, DBS, and meet a doctor who installs it for patients in Antalya, Turkey. Write your questions in the comments and subscribe to our channel on Turkey's medical options. Involuntary movements of arms and legs, neck and head jerking, body twisting, and the inability to stand or sit still are different signs of dystonia. These are various signs of dystonia. The main cause is damage to the brain structures responsible for the functioning of the extrapyramidal system that maintains muscle tone. It is currently unlikely to completely rid a patient of dystonia. Therefore, when discussing dystonia treatment, we mean alleviating symptoms. Healthy Turkiye directs patients to the most outstanding specialists in this field. In cases of dystonia, our treatment options with medications are indeed limited. When the desired outcome cannot be obtained through these methods, neurostimulation takes priority in our plans. Professor Tanju Uçar, a neurosurgeon and neuromodulation expert, graduated from Cerrahpaşa University in Istanbul. He studied at the Department of Neurosurgery at Emory University in the USA, completed his specialization at Akdeniz University, and has been conducting research and teaching here since He has been a professor for over 12 years. A member of international and national associations, he often appears as a guest expert in media. Deep brain stimulation is a very effective method of treatment for dystonia. It does not fully remove all symptoms, because dystonia is a medical condition which continues for many years and leads to issues in some muscles and the human skeletal system. But DBS allows for good control of involuntary movements in dystonia. I have a number of patients who were unable to walk because of dystonia or had issues with coordination. They returned to normal life after the application of DBS. DBS stands for Deep Brain Stimulation. It is a neurosurgical intervention in which electrodes are implanted in specific areas of the brain. Through these, high-frequency impulses interact with neural pathways, either stimulating or suppressing specific motor signals from the brain. We maintain regular contact with patients since the DBS system requires frequent monitoring and recalibration. As the disease may progress, we need to modify certain system parameters accordingly. Dystonia is a widespread problem, particularly in cases of genetic hereditary disorders. The procedure known as DBS is regarded as a highly effective treatment for dystonia, since there are no other good options right now. The effects of medications are very limited, and their use is insufficient.
Could you tell us what the surgeon does during this operation and describe the process?
It is a very fascinating surgical procedure. First of all, 80% of our patients are awake during the surgical operation. They are not asleep under anesthesia because we often talk to patients to check the accuracy of our work. The surgery occurs in several stages. First, a few days before this operation, we perform an MRI of the brain, analyze it, and locate the area of the brain we will target with electrodes. This region is situated deep within the brain and typically ranges from 3 to 4 millimeters in size. The electrode needs to go right into this area. First, we review the MRI, and on the day of the operation in the morning, we fix a special frame on the patient's head with specified measurements in millimeters and less than a millimeter. Next, we return to the computer while the patient waits in the operating theater. We make precise calculations using several programs. We will direct the electrode to a precise location in the brain and insert it right there in that small area. This surgery is done by a team of doctors, including neurosurgeons, neurologists, and neurophysiologists. We monitor brain function during the surgery with the help of thin electrodes. we examine all the data and then place an electrode of the permanent device, which we call a brain battery, in the required area of the brain. This electrode is connected to a power generator, which we place in the patient's chest area. The generator is under the skin here and cannot be seen from outside.
How long can the stimulator work in the body, and what should be done after its service life ends?
We have numerous patients who have this device implanted and it stays in the body for life. To put it differently, there is no notion of how long the device remains in the body. If there are no issues or infections, the device can last a lifetime in the body. It continues to function as part of the body unless we remove it. It becomes like a part of the brain.
How much does the brain stimulation device help lessen dystonia symptoms? What can you say about its effectiveness?
Yes, dystonia is a tough condition, and since treatment is complex, deep brain stimulation doesn't fully solve the problem. Our goal is to enable people to continue their daily lives and have a bit better control over their body movements. We conduct deep brain stimulation, but there is no concept in the world of a definitive cure for dystonia. Dystonia remains. The effectiveness of dystonia treatment depends on the type of the disease. If you were to inquire about the average effectiveness, it can be said that it typically ranges from 25 to 60%. It's not 100%, as that is impossible. It can't be. But if we consider good effectiveness, it can be 60 and sometimes even 70%. You can't achieve this with other methods. We compared, and our results are better. Considering the effectiveness of other methods, we see we can achieve the best results for the patient. A key benefit of this method is that we can manage the situation. Through a small laptop, we can see the device's operating parameters and adjust them. So, we control the situation. Other treatment methods do not provide this. That's why it's so excellent. Neurosurgery is one of the toughest medical fields. Some methods look like magic, and neurosurgeons seem like an elite caste. That might be why it's often hard to get treatment from them in many countries. We are compiling a playlist about the various assistants from Turkish neurosurgeons at this link. This playlist will grow, but there's already a lot of videos to watch. The characteristics of the Turkish healthcare system simplify access to advanced medical care. However, this is why selecting a doctor here needs more attention. In-depth market knowledge and the differences among clinics and specialists are the expertise of the service company Healthy Turkiye that organizes medical trips to Turkey for foreigners and guides them through the treatment process. This work is supervised by coordinating doctors. That's a specialized staff with medical degrees and good work experience in Turkish hospitals.
After a person submits a request for treatment in Turkey, we, the coordinating doctors of Healthy Turkiye, select the best clinic and doctor for them based on their diagnosis, wishes, and needs. As practicing Turkish doctors, we know exactly how to do this as correctly, quickly, and effectively as possible. We constantly accompany the patient throughout the whole trip, and we always stay in touch for any questions that may arise even after the patient returns home. We also talk a lot about our work on our Instagram account. You can subscribe to our Instagram via the link or QR code to get to know us better and, of course, to understand how our company works in general.
Could you tell me, how often do foreigners reach out to you, and from which countries do they mostly come?
Yes, I have patients from overseas. The majority are individuals from Central Asia, such as Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. Recently, I had 2 patients from the Netherlands, 1 from England, but most of my patients are from the Asian region. Turkey offers a unique, comprehensive approach to patient care. In other countries, each procedure often incurs a separate fee. Healthy Turkiye Company manages the organization of these trips based on all-inclusive principle, working exclusively with trusted specialists in both medicine and in the hospitality sector, coordinating all their work for each patient. Healthy Turkiye handles everything. from consultations and arrangements with the clinic and doctor to transfers, lodging, migration formalities, and translating medical records. The website address of the company is displayed on your screen. Here, you can not only get consultation, but also find information on other quality medical services in Turkey. We regularly tell you about treatments for different illnesses and the care of medical tourists in this country. So, do subscribe to our channel and don't miss new videos. We would love your likes as well.